your data. Okay. There's a lot of tools, obviously, that have market data and auction data. But one of the things that you really want to maybe focus on also is seeing what you can do based on some of the data you have. Now, I get it. If you only carry blue trucks, you're going to buy more blue trucks. Why everybody else is maybe selling red trucks at more profitability. But there is a certain profile at your dealership. And obviously, if you're a Ford store, you have different success rates with Fords than possibly the market. So I do think there's some element to making sure if what you're carrying and what you're selling, if it's moving fast, to maybe duplicate that, especially if you have an active audience. I'm going to go live to my tool. I do want to show you kind of what we do at Lotpop here, and what we're able to help dealerships do when it comes to stocking. Now, I'm showing you what we call our lot predictor. The reason why we call it lot predictor, because not only we're going to look at your lot, but we also want to be proactive with stocking. And what we're doing is kind of predicting when cars might leave your lot to get ahead of it. Here's the thing. If you wait to sell something, okay, if you wait till the vehicle sells to go replace it, it takes 10 to 14 days to buy a car, transport it, service it, photo, ready for sale. If it costs you $50 a day in holding cost to keep inventory on your lot, if you let a slot sit empty for 10 days, that's a $500 holding cost. So for every +1, +2 that you need, if you're waiting to sell something, is costing you that kind of money. So we want you to be proactive instead of reactive and get ahead of some of that stocking strategy. I'll explain that here in a minute. But what you're seeing here is a breakdown. Now, this is looking at class, and we actually trend these metrics out too. What I like about that, it gets you to know if you're actually making any progress or not. So, for example, this is a 30-day window. Back in January 5th, we needed 3 large pickup trucks to our current sale rate. And if you actually look now, they need 19. So they haven't solved this problem. Trucks are moving off their lot. I want to explain to you everything in the green is stuff that we need. Anything in the red is something you're heavy in. But we look at it by segment. We're looking at it by year. We look so you can see your make mix happening. They need more Fords and they're heavy in their Jeeps. Certified down to the models. Price buckets. I think customers are going to be segment and very price loyal. And then even mile per year buckets. Are low mile cars moving faster than high mile cars? I think that has an impact. But let's talk about segment. So what we're trying to see here, let's look at large pickup trucks. Now, they currently, I'm going to skip ahead to right here. They currently have 25 in stock. That's 27% of their 91. And this is a live store. This is an actual store, but it's a demo store. Now, they have 19 in stock. They've sold 19, in the last 2 weeks. So here's the thing. I want to look at your last 2 weeks of sale rate, not 30 or 45 days ago. A lot of systems will default to a 45-day supply or even a 30-day supply. But here's the problem. Let's say we're mid-February. It's February 15th. If I'm looking 45 days ago and had a very strong January, but a slow start first half of February, it could have me overbuying still into a slower month. Let's say, again, you're mid-February and you actually have a fast February. January was slow, but February is blowing up. Again, you might not be, if you go 45 days back, might not be stocking at the level of your current sale rate. So anyways, what we'll do is we'll look at the last 2 weeks, but times it by 2 to move you forward. So if you've sold 19 in the last 2 weeks, if you stay at that pace, that puts you on pace to sell 38. Well, with 25 in stock, on pace to sell 38, that's 13 units light. Now, notice we're not telling them by 13, we're telling them by 19. Again, why? Well, if I look at the 25 they have in stock, and I know that large pickup trucks leave my lot around 17 days priced at 95%, well, I can put some predicting indicators in there and say, okay, there's 6 in my inventory that are older than and priced more aggressive than what they tend to sell for. But not only that, I can look at website activity. This happens to be Auto Trader conversion percentage and lead activity. If you look at these first 3 cars, these first 3 trucks, they're converting pretty well on Auto Trader. Plus I have 2 leads, 5 leads, 6 leads on these 3 trucks. So again, for a month of supply, these cars are probably going to leave over the next 10 to 14 days. So why not start rebuying the replacement now? So when this 88-day-old car, this 31-day-old car sells 10 to 14 days from now, the car I bought 10 or 14 days ago is coming out of service and getting the photos done, so that slot doesn't sit empty. So we need more large pickup trucks based on our current sale rate. But let's say, even looking at year, they need more 2018s based on their current sale rate. They don't need any more 2021s. If you look, they have 16 in stock. They only sold 5. They're on pace to sell 10. They're 6 units heavy in 2021s. Or if you even look at the make, Ford, they need more Fords. But again, they're heavy in Jeeps. They have 10 in stock, but only sold on pace to sell 4. Okay, and the Predictor is only picking up 1 of those to sell, so they're 5 units heavy there. But they need more Fords. They need 18 more Fords to their current sale rate. Okay, so if we need more large pickup trucks or anything, let's click here, and this is where we'll break down to the year, make, model, and trim. Now, this is where we're going to take it a little extra step. We're not sorting this by need, okay? We're actually sorting this by a score, this 8 points over here, okay? Now I'm going to unclick that, but why is this 2018 Ford F-150 XL scoring 8 points? Well, 2 things. One, we have 0 in stock. We've sold 2, so we do need 2, but I'm not looking at that. What I'm looking at is of the 2 that sold, they sold in 18 days. They made $3,400 profit. So how this car scored 8 points was it has to sell within 30 days and make money. I made it $500 profit. I made it that low just in case I do have some rental rockets or units that I'm moving just for volume. But if they sold fast and I'm making money on them, let's do that again. So he gets 2 points, but it has to do both. Now, remember the stocking where I could show you if you're heavy or light by segments. Well, they need 14 units of that year. So they need more 2018s based on their current sale rate. They need more Fords based on their current sale rate. They need more large pickup trucks. They need more in this price point. They need more in this mile per year. And again, they need more F-150s to their certified program. Each one of those gets a point. So if I click on this car, it turns it green. It adds it to a buy list. 2018 Ford F-150 XL. If I buy one of those, it kills all those birds with one stone. But let's take it a step further. Of that 2018 Ford F-150 XL, I have 0 in stock, but I got 6 leads total, and actually 3 still active. Okay, 3 of them are still active. So if I go buy another one of these, which if I click on it, I could see again I can look at what if I click on the 2 that we sold, I can look at the price point. I can look at the price where I priced it at, what kind of miles per year it had. I'm trying to remember and duplicate that again because I have an active audience. If you look at 2019 Silverado 1500 LT, none in stock. I sold one. I still have 7 active leads on that truck. Again, can I duplicate that and stock to a current active audience? So if I go back to Predictor and I go back to years and I need more 18s, okay, well, click here. Let's look at the 18s that we've sold off of my lot. Not only were we successful at selling it quick and making money, but I have 2 active leads and it kills all those birds with one stone. Now we don't happen to need any in this price point to my current sale rate. And then some of these that are in the red that took too long to sell and we didn't make any money, that doesn't mean I can't do this again, especially if I have active audience. It just means maybe I need to buy it better because now I know where it sells. So when it comes to stocking strategies, I think you want to stock to an active audience. I do think you want to maybe duplicate a couple things you had in stock. Another angle that we're trying to do is we're going to look at active leads and carry the sale rate by active leads. Now, I want to take in and I'll do a particular dealer here that I want to just show you real quick. Has nothing to do with anything other than take a look at this. This is segment and price point. Now, you get to determine the price point that you want to range this in. But I want to know, again, do I have active audience with a low supply of inventory? So, for example, if I have intermediate cars, 20 to 25 grand, I have 28 active leads on 6 cars to sell them. So I might want to fill this void. If I have 28 active leads, and I can click on those and go see those leads I have on these cars, which ones are getting leads, which active lead ones that sold. So I have a lot of active leads looking for this segment and price point, but only 6 units to sell them. I could click here. That means I need to stock more of these. And again, I could take it to the year, make, and model. 2021 Camry SE. I have none in stock. I have 4 active leads still. So if I can buy one of those, I can I have an active audience. So I just thought that this would be a great way to give you some insights on not just looking at what the market does, but also kind of understanding what your lot does and where your customers are coming in at. Because we think of all these marketing strategies to try to get our inventory out there. But if I have an active audience already sitting in my database, we should take advantage of that. So I hope this is helpful. If you want a demo on seeing how we can help you, lotpop.com.